So, I bought a boat and a house. This channel is mainly about boat though, and the myriad of projects, big and small, required to save and improve her. So, welcome to Saving Ophelia. Last time I removed the floor in Ophelia's galley area and also the last of the cupboards. This allowed us to have a good look at what the water ingress had done to Ophelia's woodwork, and while it wasn't pretty, it at least made it easy to remove what was left. This time I'll be removing the settee and the wall lining and the insulation in the starboard area of the saloon. This will let us have a good look at the inside of the hull in that area, so we can decide whether or not the corrosion issues are isolated to the water tank area where the water comes in through the leaky roof, or if they are in the entire boat. During this video you might notice some fluttering sounds. This is because the neighboring boat, the Talisman as she's called, is putting up her sails, and there might also be some yelling. They aren't exactly quiet. Talisman is a fairly big boat, so her sails make a lot of noise when they're fluttering, and I can't exactly work with a tethered microphone, so the one on the camera picks up quite a bit of noise from the surroundings. Anyway, let's get started. The first order of the day was, as usual, to clean up the mess I had been shuffling around the boat and which was now once again in the way. Money! Just about €1. With the mess out of the way, it was time to dig into the settee area. Let's see how much of this we can get at without cutting anything. There are plenty of screw holes around here with the heads of the screws exposed. So who knows? They might just lift out easily once they're loosened. Don't think so, but one can always hope. Batteries are without which nothing will work. Well, could go corded, I guess, but I'd rather not. Might just work. Just hoping that it wasn't just a single one. Well, so far, so good. Haven't snapped any screws yet. Yeah, it doesn't seem to grab a whole lot, that one. Oh, yeah, it's more or less hanging in free air down here. Hold on. There we go. Now what? Well, this trim here, I think you might be able to see it, seems to be screwed down onto this below, and I might just be able to cut the screws because you can see where they are, which would allow me to get to the frame, which is probably not going to get out in one piece. Don't think so, but guess we'll have a look. I don't think I'm going to be able to drill out the bungs and get the screws out, and doesn't seem to be much point because the trim isn't really very nice anymore. So I'm going to be cutting. That's annoying. Don't know if you can see the smoke, but yeah, a bit of friction. Really get the screw, it seems. Change the angle of attack and try again. There we go. Nice brass screws. No corrosion whatsoever. This part seems to have been quite dry, which is good, because if I'm right, the water was contained back at the water tank below the chart table and the galley. Then I'll find next to no corrosion when I lift this out. And that leaves the worst case back here, where we would have a piece of steel approximately 1 meter times 40 centimeters that would need replacing. I'm not going to make that call. I'm going to have someone who knows something about that stuff look at it and see what they think. But if that's the worst case, and I might not even have to replace that, that's good, really good. Oh, that's okay. Annoying when you think you've cut all the screws and you should be just lifting it up, and then you find out something else is holding it up. Oh yeah, that was a big one. Might as well have cut that bit. Didn't know it was there. So, that was the trim. Yeah, looks like, I should have seen this before, but looks like the liner here continues behind this. So, I'm probably not going to be able to just lift that out as I hoped. I'll need to take down this entire cabinet first before I can take out the liner. Yeah, well, that's a problem for later me. Right now, I think I'll just focus on this. And no more visible screws. That's a shame. I don't even know where to cut them. Yeah, I think I spent an awful lot of time looking at the stuff, trying to figure out how to remove it without causing more damage than necessary. Always hoping to be able to reuse parts. Yeah, persuasion it is, I guess. There we go. Well, good I didn't waste too much time looking for screws, because there aren't any. This has just been nailed in. Just hanging on by a thread. But a thread that doesn't want to let go. More money. No I've surpassed half a euro. Well, I've surpassed a euro. Cash. Loose cash lying around. Guess I'm finding the money that was lost in the couch. Yeah, and now I'm butting up against the limits to where I clean stuff. Well, so we have the old generator lying down there that I need to get rid of, just outside of the frame, I think. Guess I'll have to move that one around again. Don't really feel like it because it's kind of heavy. But no dilly-dallying. I say when I dilly-dally once again. Oh! Damn it. Show you that generator later if it turns out to be worth saving. Might not be, probably not very high efficiency. Even that it looks kind of old. I'll take down the camera and show you, but then I'd have to put it back up again and have a heat gun blast. So that'll have to wait. Cutting more screws. Fortunately, it seems to still be brass screws and not the stainless stuff that was used in the galley, because that's difficult to cut. Yeah. Too much smoke being generated here for me feeling good about that, and not enough cutting getting done. Ooh. See, this transponder set here and wiggles quite a bit. Need to be careful about that. This, however, looks solid. Steel welded, not a whole lot of rust. This, however, I need to be careful around, because if I make a mess of things here, water will be coming pouring in, and I'd rather not do that. Look here, rips, no corrosion whatsoever. Oh, no corrosion. Well, it's a bit of surface rust, but just around where things have been cut. So up here it looks fine. Hope it looks just as fine down there, but I guess we'll see. This doesn't have me worried in the slightest. Also seems to have been painted, contrary to the other stuff that was behind the foam. So I'm not really too worried about this. Only that transducer mounting there. That's not good. In theory, I should be able to pull that out and plug it, and then carry on Just have a lot of water coming in while I'm plugging it, but nothing that can't be pumped out again. That's in theory though. Don't think I dare do that. Let's see if I can get some of this liner out. Well, I think if I can cut the liner back here, should be able to pull it out, and then the cupboard can be a task for another day. One, two, three, four, 6 screws that I missed. Oh well. But anyway. Yes, more of that lovely foam. I'm putting to bed below this because I heard a crackle. Yeah, there we go. And all those lovely black dots, that means that we've had a problem with mold. It doesn't smell moldy though, it smells quite chemical. Quite like, yeah, not acetone, but something along those lines. Something I wouldn't mind not having, but guess we can't get things the way we want them always. As they say, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. If you can't get something nice, then, well, make something nice of what you've got. Once again, I've been a genius and left the gloves I lost with them, i.e. at home. So, don't really want to dig in too much with my bare hands here. But from what I can see, it doesn't look too bad. Some corrosion, but nothing major. What? 4 centimeters of expanding foam. Wonder how they finished it. If they put the liner and the separation layer in place and then injected the foam. This is a nice smooth surface, nothing like what I found in the galley. Oh, I know, I'm talking crap. Under the map table, the galley, there wasn't really much foam. What is there is still contained behind fiberglass. But yeah, let's see. Now to see if we can get this piece of the liner loose. It's odd. When I'm cutting this, it smells like as if the paint didn't fully cure or something. It smells like Yeah, solvents. Go. Seems like the moisture problem has been contained down here. Doesn't seem to be anything whatsoever up here. The foam definitely has been wet down here, but not down there. And the steel is corroded down here, but not further down. There we go. Just a bit of gentle deconstruction and persuasion. Oh, this isn't expanding foam. See, some kind of joining line. So this was cut out in blocks and joined. I wonder if that's the case with the real insulation behind the chart table, the one furthermost to the hole. And then there's just been put expanding foam on top of that for sound insulation or something. That'll be annoying. Well, depending on how well this sticks to the hull. If it's completely glued down, then it doesn't really matter if it's expanding foam or this stuff. Now for the foam. I think the persuader might be decent tool for that. This smells like pee. That's weird. I expected some kind of solvent smell or something like that, but it smells like someone peed in the bed and didn't clean it up. Doesn't look nearly as bad as under the chart table. Yeah, and here the hull seems to have been painted. It didn't seem that way up under the mapping table, chart table, let's call it whatever it is. I don't know what it is. And it didn't seem like that had been painted, but this clearly has been painted. I wonder if the hull turns out to have been painted once we get further up. Might be that it's just rusted from below, corroded, and then the paint went away with the top layers of corrosion. Didn't seem like it though. I don't mind. That just means that this up here is in better shape than it would have been otherwise. That's going to be easy to fix above the waterline, so it doesn't really matter. But even below the waterline, it looks quite decent. So it seems that I'm lucky enough that the corrosion is quite limited and isolated to that area up with the water tank and the leaking house. Well, I can hope that nothing else turns up. Well, no. Well, we have everything dug out. Yeah, the corrosion seems to start just around the line. A bit of pitting, not just surface corrosion, but that's not bad. Yeah. Feels like a shame to rip out all the insulation, but otherwise I would be assuming about the condition of the hull. And well, assumption is the mother of all. Yeah, you know how that one goes. And I really don't want to have any surprises when I'm taking her out for sale. So, out it comes. Perhaps it's time to fill up a bag. Yeah, it looked like water, turns out it's not. It's probably just leftover glue from gluing in all this foam. Had me a bit surprised though. It's not a light corrosion, but it's not something that looks like it's going to be any kind of problem. Just a meeting with a grinder, the floppy disk, and then should be just fine. At least I hope. But all the indications point that way. This is good news. Oh, that's odd. Kind of square. Well, not square, but something rectangular welded to the hull with a rectangular hole in the middle of it. It's not like it's anywhere near a weld, so it's not hasn't been used to push the plates together or anything. I wonder what that is. Mountain? The rest of a mountain bracket or something? Yeah. One more area to go, and this one is perfect. It's good. Electric conduit below the foam. Guess that means that the foam is from the 92 refit. I really don't think that we're using conduit like this or mounting doohickeys like these in 69, so 92 it is. There we go. What's all of it? No point in going further up because that looks fine. It's going to come out at some point along with the headliner and stuff, but there's no real need to inspect any further up right now because yeah, we're above the water line, and what worried me was down here. Seems I can put those worries to bed. Excellent. Now let's clean up the mess. Again, that smell is out there and seems to be the foam smelling like pee. So let's go in for a closer look. And I was scratching around on the corrosion, but I'm guessing You can still see how bad it was, or not bad, the case maybe. See, still have some paint left here, and it's like splotches of corrosion. Oh, more like splotches of paint left among the corrosion, but still here, still some paint. And then we go up and we have mostly paint. So it seems like somewhere around here it changes. It doesn't look quite as red on the camera as it does. Oh, there we go. It does in person. There we go. Now we can see it. But still, there isn't that flaking that we had under the chart table. Well, there is some, but not to the same degree. There you go. And again, once we hit the waterline, which must be around here somewhere. Might be a bit further up though, but somewhere in that general area. As you get up there, the corrosion stops. There you go. And then we have the through holes, the untrustworthy through holes. This one at least, that one looks quite solid, but this one, yeah, trust that about as far as I could throw the entire boat. But overall, good news. Means that I probably won't have to get the entire boat sandblasted internally and just settle for the outside, which probably more than halves the bill, because doing that in here and cleaning up the mess would likely be expensive. Not that it's going to be cheap outside anyway, but not quite as expensive. Next step, I guess, clean her out the port side and getting to the hole there, because I've just been shuffling stuff around. Don't think I can do that anymore. Most of that stuff, that which isn't going to the, what do you call it? It used to be called a landfill or garbage dump, but it's not anymore. Now it's called recycling center or something. And you need to dump this at the recycling center. Some of it and the rest needs to go back home, because I can't really stay in the boat when I'm ripping everything out. So the through holes in the saloon area turned out to be a bit dodgy, but in a happy turn of events, the hull itself turned out to be in a far better shape than expected. So that does seem to be something to work with here. Now, if you like what I do, or think that I could or should do something differently, please leave a comment below so I can see what you're thinking and maybe learn from your experience. Also, please leave a like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, just so you don't miss out on the next round of boat deconstruction. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope I'll see you again next week. So, thank you for tagging along.